Hey, welcome to another episode of the Goalpost, and I'm joined by my boy, Magic Mike. What's happening, G?
Nah, nothing much, man. Hundreds all good on my side, I came,
Yeah,
home. we
yeah.
fun. Life's good, I'm fun. One love, one club. No side.
Yeah. Hey, man, don't buy a dish. Hey, Nyakala, dog. Hey, for me, man, is
Um,
you know why, bruh. Hey, it's been 3 years and no style of play, bruh. That's why I'm crying, dog. Like with the weapons that I have at my disposal, I'm not I'm not using them essentially. Like United is just hey man, I at least I've lowered my expectations because I know what the real problem is. Most fans won't agree with me, but with me, man, I stand firm in saying that if United moved like Abramovich,
yeah.
and not settle for mediocrity, would be far. But here we are, drawing against Southampton.
Yeah, but you guys have had world-class coaches before. I mean, after Sir Alex Ferguson, you
Yeah,
had, I think it was Mourinho, and then there was this, I think there was another Dutch coach. I forgot his name.
yeah, Van Gaal.
Yeah, Van Gaal.
Yeah,
And then after Mourinho came in, Oli at the wheel. But I mean, I think these days, because football is so fast paced, I mean, I think most of the good managers these days are German managers. I think this is, I think it's more fast paced, especially if you watch like the Bundesliga. So, like, taking into consideration, Klopp came here, took 2 years, and
Mhm.
then where Liverpool's at now. Oh, Tuchel came in, 6 months, Champions League. You know, Even though sometimes I don't necessarily agree with these style
Yeah.
and the English obsession with Mason Mount.
I know you
Like,
don't like Mount. Mount, sorry.
not that I don't necessarily like him. I'm just like I'm of the opinion that he shouldn't be ahead of the likes of Pulisic, Ziyech, and even though like people have been giving Werner a hard time, in fact, that guy is an assist machine. But even though he doesn't score, he does provide assists. And now we got Big Rom. So I think
Eesh, the
we'll
Stormzy.
take it one day at a time. Obviously, I
Yeah,
wasn't really ecstatic about yesterday's lineup. You know,
yeah.
um, my boy Trevor never started.
Eesh.
You And I don't know. Yes, he went for experience, but at the exact same time, I mean, why? In order for the youngsters to gain experience, they need to play in these big games.
Yeah.
And I mean, Trevor got man of the match in the previous game, comes back now, bench. And I'm looking
Eesh.
at it like, if you're a footballer, Joe, if you just got a week before you got a man of the match performance, this week you're sitting bench in front. You feel demotivated. In fact, you're like, Joe, like, what should I bring to the table in order to
Yeah,
guarantee starting 11 position? And I always say, the problem with Chelsea sometimes, in fact, we've got a world class academy. It's just you need a price tag in order to start.
oh, ish. Okay, I get
And
what you mean.
come in with at least, you came in for 50 million, 60,
Yeah.
70, you actually be given a fair enough chance to actually show your skills. So we'll see where it goes. Take it a day at a time. I don't want to get too excited. You know, um, we'll see how Big Ron performs against Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Um,
that's true. Hey man, I was impressed by also Reece James, man. Reece James had a hell of a game yesterday, bro. Like this nigga he was doing the most, bro, from the right. I mean, goal, assist. I wish I had him in my fantasy team. I've been thinking about including him, but hey, yesterday's game for me, he was solid. Yeah.
um, Dude, I don't know. I think we're both watching a different game. I think he was
Uh,
decent. There were a couple of chances when you got forward, and like it's just like the final ball is lacking, Joe, sometimes. You know,
he's better
I think
than Wan Bissaka's final ball, bro. You see what I mean? You see the level of the standards, my G. Like when you compare Wan-Bissaka and Reece James going forward, you know what you get with Reece James, dog. You know, at least assist Nyana, goal Nyana.
Nah, fun game. Like if you like, I watched that game proper, but there were a couple of chances that better if he had better decision making. If it could have been easily 4-5 nil. You know,
Yeah.
exact same thing with the likes. Maybe Abo Mason, but Mason, like I always said in Fit, is a runner. NH, headless.
Yeah,
You know, but
yeah,
yeah, look, Reese had a decent game. Um, we'll see. I mean, we'll see against how he will perform against Liverpool. You know, I think I wouldn't necessarily get too excited over Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal these days is not. I wouldn't even consider them a big team anymore. So, you
Eish.
know, but I
Eish.
think I'd like to see us perform against the likes of Man United, Manchester City, Liverpool, and then
Yeah.
from there judge. You know, and I think from a United's perspective, whew, um,
Eish, dog.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have a question, bro. What do you think? Like, you know, when I look at my team, Man United, and I look at my team on paper, like we have solid players on paper, you know, especially in the final third. Where do you think, maybe from your perspective as a rival, where do you think we lack? You know, I'm just, I'm just trying to get comments from people who are known, like watch a lot of Premier League. Like, where do you think United lack? You know, where? Because I mean, I feel like we almost there, bro. We just there's just something missing. What do you think is missing?
I think it's a coach, and a system. I mean, like yeah,
Yeah,
dude, Leven is world class. You know,
yeah.
midfield. I actually like McTominay for some reason.
Ah, my guy.
I find him decent. You know?
I might come on, dog.
I find him decent.
You see how you feel about Mount? That's how I feel about McTominay, dog.
Yeah, but McTominay
Physicality. That's
level
all.
is the exact same level as Mount. And they got full of energy. They run around. You know what I mean? Um, dude, yes, you got Pogba, Fred. Dude, look, dude, I don't. I think you guys probably just need a world class coach. You know, I think a world class coach is able to come in, make decent players look world class. You know what I mean? Look, I mean, think about it. 12 months ago, let's say about 8 months ago, we weren't talking about Jorginho in the same light we're talking about him today.
Yeah,
Exact same thing with Christensen, the likes of Rudiger.
yeah,
I mean, even Kepa looks like a decent keeper now with the proper system, you know.
yeah.
Mm. And then, dude, I think it's the exact same thing. I think the problem is sometimes you've got these, how do I say this? Not fly by night coaches in fact, but abo
Abobadi. Who, dog?
the likes of our Lampard, Nabo, Arteta, Nabo all in fact that were ex-players of these various clubs, but not necessarily excellent coaches. Maybe I think, yes, they are able to motivate players, but I don't think they have a tactical system in place currently, you know, and that's why it's essential for you to have like especially if you're going to be like more of the motivational speaker, uplift the team and stuff like that, you need somebody that's also got like a tactical background, you know, and I think sadly for United, yeah, dude, I don't think you guys necessarily have that tactician in your backroom staff. You
Wow.
know,
And you know what's powerful, Mike, is that all of my friends who are like all of my friends who don't support United all say the exact same thing you say. But ask a Man United supporter other than X what is lacking in our team. No, Ole in. Ole is amazing. Ole, you know what I mean? Ole say too many Ole sexuals, bro. Like,
Yeah, but
too many Ole sexuals. Yeah.
these guys, like their own home supporters, are usually, I think, they always have a bias towards the ex-players, especially legends such as Abu Ali Solskjaer, Abu Lampard, and it's the exact same thing when we sacked Lampard. I mean, there was a huge uproar in terms of our sacking or letting go of Lampard, but looking at 6 months or 7 months down the line, like everybody has forgotten about Lampard because right now,
Yeah.
world-class coaching. And I think with Man United, I think you guys actually, if you sacked Oli at the right time, you could have came in to the season maybe with that guy from Leipzig.
Yeah, Uban Gonje.
Or,
Nangelsman.
yeah, or that Ajax guy.
Yeah, Tin Hawk. I like Tin Hawk, bro.
Yeah.
Yo. Yeah.
It's just sometimes, because the thing is, you can invest as much as you want, ne?
Yeah.
And how do I say? I'm gonna use this analogy, ne? It's like
Mm-hmm.
having a Ferrari without the Ferrari side of it, And I think,
Yeah.
yes, on the outside, on the team sheet, your team is perfect, but from a tactical standpoint, I don't think, yeah, dude, I think it's all vibes, too, you
Yeah.
know.
Vibes FC, dog.
So I don't know, man. Like, we'll see. Maybe give him a chance. We don't know. Because, I mean, like, let's say if you do sack him, who's out there? Okay, maybe an Antonio Conte.
Yeah.
I mean, but then, with Antonio Conte comes with his baggage of it. I
Yeah.
don't think doesn't necessarily always get along well with, like, top-level management, like your director of footballs and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think contest standards are really high, bro, and that's what I want. I want a manager who has high standards, because like yesterday, Paul Pogba broke. There was a record he set, like I think most assists in 2 games, which is 5, and Man United, of course, equaled the longest unbeaten away run in Premier League history. So they asked him the questions. Ngokuthi, hey, we see Man United have said like equal the record. Then Pogba's like, I don't really care about records. I want to win the trophy. That's pretty much where my mind is. Like I really want to win like major trophies. I really don't care about records. And a lot of our fan base, whenever they defend Ole, they like using that record. Yoguti, no, away from home, this dude has been unbeaten. And for me, draws are not good, bro. I'm like, my mindset is like, you know how American sports, there is no draws. It's either you win or you lose. If it goes to if the game ends in a tie, we go to overtime. We don't we don't settle for draws. And if it ties in overtime again, we go to second overtime,
I
third
think that
overtime
in
until someone wins, bro. And so for me, I want 3 points, especially against teams that I know we should be getting 3 points. Against Southampton, with the players that we have, Mike, we should be getting 3 points, and we didn't yesterday. It was so disappointing to see how we played. Players like about Donny van der Beek, dog. Like Van der Beek, I feel for him, bruh. Like it's bruh, this dude bulked up because I think the fan base was saying no, he's too small, he needs to adjust to the physicality of the Premier League. Homie bulked up rather, and still nothing, dog. Like still on the
nah,
bench.
I think the problem is like the English media don't necessarily appreciate players such as Donny van der Beek, Jorginho. You know what I mean? Jorginho is skinny, too. You
Yeah.
know, he's not the most in terms of physical attributes. Dude, he's down there in the pecking order. He doesn't have
Yeah.
much, not that strong. but I think his position and his understanding of the game is
Yeah.
what I mean. And I think maybe the likes of exact same thing, maybe Donny van der Beek, it's just the wrong team that necessarily doesn't understand who Donny is or how to incorporate Donny into the Man United team. I think the problem with you guys basically play counter-attack in football, and this is
Yeah.
why it's easy for you guys to smash Leeds because Leeds plays an open game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whereas the likes of Southampton, they're gonna be playing like low blocks. You
Mm-hmm.
know, now you guys are required to break them down, and most of the times, due to tactics, you guys are not necessarily able to, and I think that's why maybe only he needs to get either a really good number two. Or maybe, guys need to get in Conte. But like I said, Conte usually comes in with a whole lot of demands. I'm not too sure whether United will meet them, but we'll see. I mean, at the end of the day, you guys really got like a bunch of world-class players. It's
Mm-hmm.
just coaching department is mediocre. It's the exact same thing with Lampard. I mean, last year, December, he was busy telling us the squad wasn't good enough to win Champions League or win titles. And then automatically 6 months later, everyone is, or 7, 8 months later, people are talking about Chelsea. And it's like, yo, dude, I don't want to be playing against Chelsea. And sometimes I think it's the managers, just like the exact same thing. No one wanted to back then would want to play against Man United because you guys, I don't know. I think Alex Ferguson was a motivated type of person, but he had a really good number two, somebody that understood tactics. And until then, dude, we'll see. But I don't think if I was a Man United fan, if you guys don't change coaches, I do maybe expect top four. Maybe if it was if it was is with you guys, maybe Lizo winning FA Cup.
Man. Yeah, and you see, for me, bruh, like, call me a person who demands a lot, but for me, that is unacceptable. Like, we are, we are a big club, and we're not moving like a big club at the moment, as far as the coaching side of things are concerned. Yes, so Ole scored a tap in the Champions League final in 1999. We will never forget that. So you won't forget Lampard, bro. Lampard has done amazing things for your club. Fair, but like, let's now, for the better, for us to move forward, bro. We can't settle for mediocrity, dog. Like, for me, I just feel like the board have a yes man who will not demand anything. Because even LVG, in one of his documentaries, spoke on this. Maguti Ed Woodward never got him the players that he wanted. Because LVG wanted Sadio Mane, but Ed Woodward didn't like get the player that he wanted. So he always got like the second or third option, instead of the first option. And with Ole right now, from a quality standpoint, I mean, we've bought Sancho, we've bought Varane. For me, those are good players. Specific, especially Sancho. Sancho has that stardust in him, but the way we play, Sancho is the type of player who plays 1-2s. He's like Donny van der Beek. It's 1-2s, in triangles. And we don't play like that. We don't play any intricate passes. And I feel for Sancho, because even yesterday when he came on, he didn't look that amazing. And that's just purely because of the he's playing with Wan Pasaka on the right. Wan Pasaka, you can't play one game like that with him, bruh. He's not familiar with such. He's confused as to what's going on because he's so ultra defensive. From he's just a person who relies so much on his defensive game. But when you play for a big club, big clubs normally attack. You see, Palace was a defensive team because they always got what again? They always got the
Bissaka,
attacked by the opponent. Yeah. Beg your pardon?
Wan-Bissaka was a winger once upon a time.
Ah, no, bro. He's lying. He's capping, bro.
Was. I think he
How
was.
how are you a winger when you can't dribble and you can't cross?
He's English, and
Ah, dog. He's Congolese, bro. He's Congolese.
no. He's obviously, I think his team that he wants to play for, the country he wants to play for, is England.
He's not gonna play for England, bro. Conable Reece James, Trent. I mean, he's not gonna play. So he must just go back to Congo, bro. It's okay. You must join Polasi. Polasi plays for the DRC, dog. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I think, but then you have to ever get it right back. Who would you go for then? Because I don't remember once you guys were linked to a trip here, and it's like
Yeah.
8 days before the transfer window closes.
I got him, Fitz. For me, okay, I know tactically we are not going to. I know all is here to stay. That's the sad thing. Like, it sucks unless if this guy loses maybe 5 games in a row and like loses emphatically, maybe he'll be under pressure to get the sacking. But at this moment, I don't think he'll get it. But ideally for me, I'd start Dallo. We have a right back who can actually cross the ball. Imagine Sancho and Dallo combination as far as passing is concerned. Like these guys can actually link up very well, So my thing is with United. Yes, we are signing good players, but you need to have a system first. It's like at work, you don't just hire any Tom, Dick, and Harry to be your tax consultant. You need someone who's actually studied tax and is familiar with the nitty-gritty side of it, if you get what I mean, before you actually hire. Whereas with us, we're just signing players because they're available, not necessarily because we need these players. We need a holding mid. You saw yesterday, Matic, big bad thumping.
Apparently, Kamavinga is available.
He's not a holding. I always tell guys, Kamavinga's not a holding mid, bro. He's not a holding mid. He's a CM. He won't. Pela holding midfielder is like Jorginho. Jorginho sits, bro. Jorginho has no time to be trying to score goals and stuff.
Jorginho is a playmaker, Joe. He's like a Pirlo, Joe. They sit back.
It's like all Busquets.
Yeah, Busquets, exact same thing. Sits back, simple passes, 1-2, release, tells players where to pass the ball to, where the space is,
Yeah.
But then what about, there's this other guy from Monaco that people have been raving about. That's Tuchumani or something.
Yeah. I haven't seen enough for me to actually make I can't comment on him because I haven't seen enough of him. I saw him in the Champions League playoff. It was Monaco versus, I think, it's not Benfica. Is it Benfica? No. It's Is it PSV? It's either Benfica or PSV. I'm not too sure. They played last week for those playoffs to get into the Champions League.
Shakhtar Donetsk.
Yeah, Shakhtar Donetsk. Yeah, played against Shakhtar Donetsk, and he was good from a tackling standpoint. He is a person who's very good at breaking up play, But I can't just judge a player from one game, because I won't lie to you and say, oh, I've seen this guy, he's amazing. You know how a lot of people move, But I would sign him because he's French, and I do believe French holding midfielders. You see that position in particular is what the French specialize in. Us in rugby, prop, hooker, lock. That's where South Africa specializes. We dominate in those positions. When it comes to the holding CDM role, French players have produced legendary CDMs in history. So Kamavinga is talented, but we don't need the Kamavinga type player. We need someone who can actually sit, a disciplined CDM who can sit and who can break up play and who can also break lines with his passes. Because McTominay, that's the issue I have with him. Yes, he can, he's got the work rate, but he just doesn't have the ability to play in that role. And until we sort that out, hey.
But I think the thing is, McTominay could actually play it. I think all he needs is like a ball playing centre mid next to him.
Hey, and then him and Fred don't complement each other then.
Unless,
Unless
yeah, you need like a ball playing centre mid next to him. Somebody that's like a Locatelli.
Oh, okay, yeah. What about Donny, man? I feel like we haven't given Donny a chance, bro.
Yeah, but if Solskjaer is under the wheel of it, not gonna, if Solskjaer is on the wheel of it, he's not gonna get a chance to play that. He's been sitting bench for how long now? Since last year.
Oh, since last year, bro, it's bad.
Yeah.
He didn't even make the Euro squad, bro. And you know very well if he stayed in Ajax, he would have made the Euros.
But then why isn't he handed in his like a transfer request?
I think he should, bro. For his own sake, I would have.
He needs to save his career, but like at the end of the day, you're not getting the necessarily chance because I think, and then, like I said, the English game, it's all about the physical attributes of the individual.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to be quick, you need to be big, and sometimes sometimes it's not about being physically, but also you need to be capable mentally.
Thank you. For me, that's
Play with the brain, and I think this generation players, some of them like I see it, some of them like when it comes to in terms of making the right decision. It's all fast paced, but like I said, it's just full of workhorses. But yeah, like we'll see. But dude, I don't know. Like it's United, I don't see them winning anything at the exact same like FA Cup or Carling Cup. League and Champions League course.
Yeah. And then one last question with regards to Big Rom, who Stormzy, what's a Belgium? What's your expectation of him? How many goals do you think he'll score this season?
I don't know, Joe. Like part of the game yesterday when I was watching, and he said, sometimes his first touch and final. Looks like silkiness, sure. And he's a bit of a lazy player. He runs around a lot.
Yeah.
I guess maybe he's conserving his energy, like one of the commentators said yesterday. But at the exact same time, I will see. Look, like let me say, you know what? He brings something to the team that we didn't have since Drogba and Costa left. Is somebody that had physical presence up front. Yes, he's holding his ball holding skills need to improve. Hopefully over time, and we'll see. But I'm what I would like to see is him and Werner up together, and probably maybe like a ZH or a young. I don't know. Like Pulisic deserves bench. He's been playing shit for quite some time.
Hey, man.
Mount Johnny Grant. Dude. Thing is, watch Chelsea play without Mount, and then watch them play with Mount in the team, Joe. And from what I've seen, like in games I've watched with us without Mount in there, we've played better as a team. The ball free flowing, Joe. Now with Mount, I'm finding it's a workhorse and gonna lacks that final ball. I think they posted some clip the other day on Twitter. I think it was against Liverpool. Werner was on the run through the middle. Mount gets the ball. All he needs to do is just release the man in front. Takes his time and then he releases it out wide. I don't view the guy as a cam, Joe. He's more of a person he's a box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, he doesn't have the creativity of a camp. You
Yeah, it
know,
does.
I think with most English players, in fact, physically strong, but him,
I,
Awuk,
yeah, I know. That's
you know,
true.
yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
so what's your predictions for the year?
Oh, for my team in particular, or just in general?
Your team, my team,
Well, your team will finish above us. I don't think we stand any chance against you because I feel like it's either you or City that will take the lead. The league, yeah, but if City sign Kane, then it'll be City who will win the league. You
and what
know
are people coming as dark horses?
who?
Liverpool.
Liverpool. Ah, no. Okay, with Liverpool, will be close, but I don't think that they'll finish ahead of you and City, and that's purely because you guys have more quality than them. You know, from a managerial standpoint, what Klopp is doing with Liverpool is incredible, man. Like he's a person who's established a system, and he's bringing out the best out of you know out of players. You know, like Abu Henderson. Henderson has transformed under Klopp. I mean, he's never been a player that I rate highly at all, but he's doing the job. You know, he's really doing the job. Fabinho is also playing phenomenally. Of course, the front three, Salah, Mane, and now it's Jota because Firmino is eating bench these
Yeah,
days. These first two fixtures, he was chowing bench. But, it's, I beg your pardon?
Firmino is going to be eating bench for the rest of the season, Joe. Unless Diaby
Yeah,
gets in.
because you see what I'm saying? So, yeah, right now for me, it's Man City, you guys, top two. Then Liverpool most probably will finish above us, and then we'll finish fourth. But for me, that's bad. That's like I'm not happy with that, But hopefully, I'm proven wrong, bruh. Like I like being proved wrong. It's all good. But yeah, that's just my top four, and Jay. I just don't have any expectations. As long as we have our current manager, I will never say we will win anything. I'm sorry, like it's just hey man, it's gonna be back to the drawing board all the time, and our board, it's evident that our board is not serious about winning anything or challenging for anything. They just have someone who's a yes man, who is who is in his dream job. Like he never in his life did he like think that he'll be in the position that he's in currently. So yeah, now with him it's like whoa, like I thank you so much, Ed Woodward. Like I really appreciate you type of thing. Where real coaches will be like, Ed Woodward, bro, I'm used to winning, dog. Wagwan. Why haven't you signed this person that I need? Why haven't you provided me with the tools that I need to flourish? So yeah, man, Mike, bruh, like I'm still a supporter of United, and yeah, man, like I will
But then,
see, bruh, how things end.
what do you think about like this is off topic a bit?
Yeah.
When Henderson, I thought about that guy. What's his name? Calvin Phillips.
Oh, from Leeds.
Yeah.
He's okay, Mike. I don't really rate him that highly. He's okay. It's Bielsa who makes Leeds look dope. I always tell people Leeds have a good coach, and as long as Bielsa is there, they will do well. They'll
Would you
do
want to be
well.
out United?
Bielsa, when I look at the type of players that we have, because Bielsa is all about running, bruh. Hey, Leeds players cover a shitload of ground. But while like what would Bielsa would score a shitload of goals, bruh. Because we have the quality to execute the plan that he wants Leeds to execute. So he is a better manager than Ole. So I'd take anyone at this moment. But with
But
Bielsa, I know.
you think you'd win
Sorry?
something? Do you
With
think you'd?
Bielsa,
Yeah.
yeah, man, would be a problem, bro. Would be us. I think when I look at Leeds' style of play, um, I I'm just looking at players. Fred can run, so he'd suit that system. Um, I'm not too sure how he will use the likes of Wan Bissaka because Wan Bissaka, bad. Ish. I think
You
Wan Bissaka, or maybe it improve, or maybe his game would improve. Maybe you'd coach him. At the end of the day, as a coach, you need to also help out where you can, bruh, and just say, okay, you do this and that in this. When you're in a situation like this is what you do. It could help you. So yeah, man, I think he is a better coach, and I think under him we would be more competitive. Would win yesterday's game. Definitely, yesterday's game we would win it if we had Bielsa at the helm, bruh.
And then do you think? But yeah, you probably. What about the Fernandes would eat bench then?
Beg your pardon? Fernandez?
Yeah, under Bielsa.
Most probably he would. He would, bruh. It's because Bruno is more of a goal scoring. He's a goal scoring midfielder per se, and he's not a person who is as technically sound as Pogba or even Donny, in my opinion. He's a person who scores goals. He's got a high GA. That's what he specializes in, goals and assists. But on the eye, for me, the eye test is man, like I always maintain, Paul Pogba's our best player, because he passes, he ticks all the boxes for me personally. It's just that he just doesn't shoot enough, in my opinion. He does have the ability of scoring a lot of goals, but he's a pass first, shoot second type player. Like a Özil, for instance. Yeah, I once Özil and I could score goals, but he prefer finding the assist rather than just leaving it at the back of the net.
And then, what's your opinion of the treatment of Pogba? Though?
Bruh, it's media. It's
In
put.
Russia, like I think it's in Russia. Some always
Oh
like to
no.
have they get him.
Oh, it's Graham Souness.
Yeah, yeah. It's that
Yeah,
like,
fuck that
and then
guy.
I think like one of the guys mentioned it is like, imagine if Pogba had to do what Kane did.
Yeah, Michael Richards. Yeah, Michael Richards was just saying that, like Paul Pogba. Of course, you know how the British media are towards Paul. Um, I, it's the media in my opinion. I don't think his peers, because I was speaking to a colleague of mine today that if I were a player, I wouldn't care about the opinions of fans. Fans can either rate me or not rate me, but if my peers think I'm the shit, that means I am the shit, bro. Like Neymar once even said, bro, that he like a player like Paul Pogba, no question about it, bro. Like he's first. If let's say if I had to build a team, I'm definitely gonna have a Paul Pogba in my team. And you see, so if a player of that stature gives you that and says that you the one, you've got the source, then for me, you do have the source. And even how the media says Pogba is they make it seem like he's a disruptive person, yet none of his teammates have said anything negative about him. Like none of them. Because if he was a disruptive player, certainly one teammate would say. And as well, a lot of these English players, like you remember John Terry sleeping with Wayne Bridges' wife and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That shit got swept under the carpet. Through Paul Pogba banging one of his teammates' wives. Oh my God. It would have made BBC, it would have made ESPN, it would have just been news all over the world, bruh. So for me, I just don't listen to these pundits. A lot of these pundits, man, they really don't know what they're talking about, bro. Especially the former United players. You see, Sir Alex Ferguson created dope players, but those players are terrible managers now. Like Roy Keane, failed manager. Gary Neville, remember him at Valencia? Almost
Yeah.
got Valencia relegated. Pap. You see, Scholesy, like they were legends, Bona, yes.
So,
But when it comes to punditry, dog, the only pundit who used to play for United that I rate is Owen Hargreaves, because he's very objective in how he analyzes a game and how he analyzes a footballer. He doesn't just speak out of his ass for the sake of getting likes and shit like that, bruh. But yeah, man, hey, these niggas, man, they bad border.
nah, but I think it's that propaganda that they
Yeah,
that
they
the
push
play
me. Yeah,
because
bro.
they come up, they pull up the stats, Yonkin. I
Yeah,
think they destroyed Kepa, too.
ish, dude. They
You know what
did.
I mean? They destroyed Kepa. They almost destroyed Jorginho.
Yeah,
You know, even like when I look back at it, ne, like
yeah.
even back, well, Lexus Shevchenko was a massive flop. You know, the like Fernando Torres, yes, he didn't score as much as Chelsea, but now, well, I don't think Fernando Torres was like a massive flop.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you guys won the Champions League with him in the team.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like, I think it's just with obviously they've got a certain biasness to
Yeah,
non-English players. You know,
yeah.
usually go out their home. Like every English player, like about Ben White, 50 million.
Listen to that, bruh. Ben White
Yeah.
is, ish.
And you ask yourself, what's available? What has this guy done with the
Yeah.
money million? Harry Kane, he's good, but he's got like I don't, he's a poacher
Ah,
type.
no. No, but
I
Kane is class, like.
and
By Kane is class, bruh.
I he's like push
Kane is
out.
class, my G. Ah, no, Kane is class, my
Put
G.
it, but you put it on the same level as the likes
Oh,
of
no.
a Prime Samuel Eto.
Yeah, man, footballers of the past are better than the current footballers,
And
bruh, Mike. Let's not even go there.
would you put it on the exact same as a Prime Fernando Torres, Joe?
Yeah.
I mean, a
Yeah.
Prime Shevchenko, a Prime Thierry Henry.
Nah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. And that's purely because football of the older generation is better than the current generation. That's just my
Yeah, no,
opinion.
yeah, but like he's good. Don't get me wrong,
Hey, your
but
screen has gone black, bro.
oh, shit. I
Yeah,
think
now
my
it's back.
yeah no, I think my battery's about to die, man.
Oh, it's about to die. I know, let's call it, my G. I mean, we've shot for
Yeah,
43 minutes, man.
you know what I mean. But you know what?
Yeah,
Next time we can link up with about Castro, have a
yeah,
podcast,
definitely.
discuss us more, and then
Yeah,
fight. You know what I mean?
yeah. No
You know,
doubt, bro.
yeah, man.
No doubt.
No, dude, it was
Yeah,
a pleasure
yeah.
to you. And peace out, man.
All right, man. Thank you for joining me. Please, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Help us with the algorithm, you know. And yeah, this is the goalpost, and we are.
Peace out.
Peace.